Hey guys, welcome to A Disney Life for Me. I am Daniela, and this is my husband Miguel.
Hello.
Today we're going to be discussing the top 5 live shows at Walt Disney World. So at any of the 4 parks. I'm going to be specific about parks, so not including Disney Springs. We each have our own list, and we're just going to discuss, what we think is the top 5. So we're going to go ahead and let you start first
Okay.
for number 5, and then we'll go back and forth.
Alright, so we are revealing them in the order of our
Least to favorite.
to most favorite. Okay, so number 5 on my list is the Jewel Dragon Acrobats.
Oh, that's a good one.
And so they actually are found in the China Pavilion in Epcot, the World Showcase. And
it's really cool.
Kind of a different sort of show, but nevertheless a live show. And so they even each time you see it, there's different elements that are included.
Sure.
Sometimes it's older people who are involved, like full-grown adults. Other times it's younger girls that are involved. And so really neat. Really appreciate a lot of the work that they do. They do some really neat tricks. Sometimes they have the Chinese yo-yos that they do a lot of neat stuff in. All sorts of acrobatic tricks and things
and
like that.
It's really cool. I think the whole family can really enjoy that one. Like even
definitely.
the young kids, like our son loves watching that, and it's a lot of fun.
And it goes on throughout the day. They'll do a few performances throughout the day. So it's just really neat. It's not usually super crowded, and it's not something that you need to get in line for because it's done out in the open.
Yeah.
Really neat music that goes along with it. So.
For sure. Yeah, that's a really good one. So my number 5 is from Hollywood Studios, and it is Indiana Jones. I love Indiana Jones. I love the movie. I love just the nostalgic feeling when you're watching the show, the live show. And it's kind of cool because you're just seeing how they do all the different scenes, and they have just crowd participation in that show. And they choose a child to come down and just follow the producer on the set. So it's just a really neat thing to see.
Yeah, that one didn't make my list, but it was one of the last ones that I took out as I was trying to narrow my list down. But yeah, certainly the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
I remember just even growing up as a kid watching Full House and in that episode where they came to Walt Disney World.
That's a fun one.
And I remember that they even incorporated
so cool.
the Indiana Jones show into that one. So yeah, that one definitely has the nostalgia factor.
For sure.
Fun show, great sound effects and things like that. But so no doubt a great one.
Definitely. Number 4.
So my number 4...
Wait, let me go first. My number 4, just because it's probably a little lame and no one would really think that this should even be on the list. So let's just get it out there. My number 4 is from Animal Kingdom, and it's Flights of Wonder. So this show is really cool. It goes along a lot with the message that Animal Kingdom is trying to present about, conservation and preserving the lives of the animals. So it's a live show with birds, and they're just showing different birds that they have there at Animal Kingdom that they're trying to save. And it's just really neat show for the whole family again. Our son loves just all animals, so he does enjoy that show, seeing the birds flying, and they have one part where I think it's an owl that just flies through the crowd, and it's a really nice picture moment for you to capture that. So I really enjoy the show.
Yeah, no, I like it. Didn't make my top 5. I like birds. I enjoy birds. I think birds are beautiful creatures. But and I enjoy going to that one. We go to it often. That's actually one of the attractions that we'll normally hit up at Animal Kingdom. Not every time, but often. And so definitely an underrated kind of attraction or show.
For sure.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Okay,
so my number 4, I'm sure, will be higher up on your list.
Nice.
But my number 4 is Beauty and the Beast.
No.
And kind of a fun fact about this is that Beauty and the Beast opened on the same day in what was then MGM Studios as it did in the movie theaters. And so some people actually saw the play at MGM prior to seeing the film in the movie
That's
theaters.
Really cool.
Yeah. So, but a great show.
Really good.
The singing is great. The acting is great. And they capture the essence of the movie well. So I certainly like it. Now, it's kind of amphitheater type seating, so it gives you that sense like you're watching a performance, but it is open. So downside on a hot Florida day, it's still hot. So, but yeah, it is definitely a good show.
Yeah. I'll speak more about that later.
Yeah.
So number 3.
My number 3 is a really, really fun show. So we're going from Hollywood Studios now back to Animal Kingdom. And it is the Festival of the Lion King.
Yes!
So just a fantastic show. So basically what you have is kind of 4 groups. You're inside, so it's nice and cool. But you've got 4 groups that are broken up into different animal sections. And the idea is that all the animals are coming together for some kind of celebration. And what's really neat is that they have people dressed up as monkeys that are actually doing
like
acrobats. Acrobatics and,
so
and
fun.
Just a lot of
fun. The show is awesome. It's actually my number 3 as well.
Okay.
So I love that show so much. I love the crowd participation in that show. Like, you just really feel involved and integrated into the whole, like, the animals coming together and celebrating. And it's cool because they do choose like little children, mostly like toddler age and maybe pre-K age, to come out, and they give them like little instruments and they like parade in a circle, and it's very cool. Like they involve people, and I really just appreciate those type of shows. And they just have so much that's going on. I mean, there's that one part where the 2 are going up in the air. Do you remember that? What is it?
Oh, so there's a part where you've got a guy and a girl, I think they're dressed as birds.
They're singing, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Yes, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And so they attach her to like a harness, and she flies around.
Yes,
it's just a really impressive show.
Amazing. Yeah, it has it all. It's definitely a must-see. So let's go on to number 2.
Number 2?
So number 2 on my list is Finding Nemo. It's probably higher on his list.
It is higher on my list. So you can guess where it is on my list.
So Finding Nemo is really a spectacular show. I think it's just amazing, all the things that they do in that show. So to give you a little bit of background of what's happening, there's these humans that are holding these huge puppets. I can't really explain exactly what it looks like to you, but they're basically depicting the movie really well by just moving around these puppets, but it's all in the dark and these puppets light up. So it's interesting. Like, you don't even see the humans as they're moving everything around and speaking.
Okay, keep in mind, you might be confusing it with Little Mermaid, because you clearly do see, like, Nemo's human and Marlin. Like, you do see the humans. Interacting.
You don't feel them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you definitely get lost in the story.
You just don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's really cool. And the music in that movie is really good, the show. And it's a 40-minute show, so just a heads up, that's a really good time to, like, take a break from the hotness, because Animal Kingdom, there's a lot of things that are outside. So it's a nice place to take a break, nice place to, just chill with the kids, and, I mean, a lot of times some kids will nap in that show, so that's just a tidbit, like,
yeah, it's very, and I'll make more comments about it, but it is a cool place because it's inside, so there's AC, and Animal Kingdom can be tough. It's very hilly, and so it's one of the parks you have to walk the most in, and also it gets extremely hot because it is in Florida. So, it's a good opportunity to get out of the heat and enjoy a really nice show. So my number 2 is The Voices of Liberty over at Epcot. and they're found in the American Pavilion. Excellent group. It's an a cappella group. They sing patriotic songs, and they perform throughout the day, which is really nice because one, it's inside, and it's nice and cool inside. But two, because they do perform periodically throughout the day, there's not a ton of people. So usually it's about 30 people that gather around, watch them perform, and it has a more intimate feel to it because of that. Sure. You're sitting primarily on the floor or on a few benches that they have around inside of the American Pavilion, and you have just them right there. They interact with the audience a little bit, but just really talented bunch. Oh, I enjoy listening to them. Our 2-year-old Alex was just clapping like crazy after each song. So so they're number 2 on my list.
Yeah, that's really creative. Kudos for being outside of the box, because I wouldn't have even put that on I didn't put it on my list. I wouldn't even thought of them, so that was really good. So my number 1, I think, is pretty obvious at this point. It is the Beauty and the Beast live performance. I think just the production of Beauty and the Beast is just amazing. The singing, the dancing, the feel. It's like a 20-minute show, but it really just has all of the movie in it. Just the most important core and important parts of the movie. So I just really appreciate it. It just makes me feel like I'm in a Broadway play, honestly. But I could be a little biased because Beauty and the Beast is my favorite movie. So there's that. But I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. It is a good show. That's why it made it on my top 5. And so mine is Finding Nemo over at Animal Kingdom. And if you look at our list, I mean, for the most part, Animal Kingdom comes up quite a bit. For sure. And so for those who may like the shows, I think certainly Animal Kingdom has between Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, right? There's the edge there. But basically for me, when I'm sitting there watching the Finding Nemo show, I could envision myself having paid for a ticket to just see that show. I mean, I could see it as a traveling kind of show that holds, different shows in different cities and that people would actually pay to go see it. It's that kind of quality for me. And it's just really neat. The acting, the singing is fantastic. And one really neat feature about the Finding Nemo show is that there's a song in it that will certainly get stuck in your head. Oh, yeah. But it's a song that was specifically produced for the show at Animal Kingdom. So it's not in the movie. Really neat. Just a great show overall.
For sure. So there you have it. That's our top 5, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Our number 1s are Finding Nemo and Beauty and the Beast, so let us know if you agree or not.
Yeah, let us know if we missed any. Be sure to comment down below. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
For sure. And make sure to subscribe to our channel to hear more top 5s. And also follow us on Instagram, A Disney Life for Me. Thank you so much for watching.